Hi, morning, viewer. Good morning. Welcome back to my channel, Ho Can Talk, Full Stop English. Now, this is my English channel. I have another Chinese channel, also regarding the same video, but the same video will be presented in two languages. So for this channel is English, and if you want to listen to the Chinese channel, please look at the other channel, which is Ho Can Talk. Now, today I'm going to talk to you about a very interesting topic. It's called the global vending machine industry. Now, in this video, I will highlight the revolution in the retail concept and the shift from a simple machine to high-tech machine, and also currently the global market projection for the global vending machine is around close to 24 billion US dollar coming to 2026, and the expected compounding growth rate will be around 5.6%. But later on, there are some slides that I'm going to show you that the forecast is slightly higher and the growth rate is above 7%. So again, there are different kind of reports available, but what we can know is all the reports are pointing to positive high growth in this industry. Now, today I will talk about the history of vending, who are the players in the industry and the business model available, and then later on I'll focus more on Singapore. Now, the next slide is a historical development of the vending machine. Again, I have produced a very beautiful chart here. I've put down there all the historical development. You can take a look at the chart yourself. So, starting from Egypt and then followed by London in 1880s, 1880, all kind of vending machines from selling holy water all the way to daily product. And then come to Japan after the post-World War II, all the blooming of all growing of all the vending machine through all the selling all kind of products, and then now come to the latest development, which is 2026 that incorporate AI cloud technology into all the vending machine. So again, you all can just briefly go through this. This will show you that the vending machine concept is not new. It happened as long as when Egypt was first founded. Now, the global trend supporting the vending machine can be categorized into a few major factors. Number one is the cashless revolution. Now, because of cashless revolution, it actually helped to propel the usage of vending machine. That's number one. And number two is the AI advancement in AI technology. So now the vending machine are very efficient. They can actually talk to warehouse, talk to their back office to replenish the stock inside the vending machine. So all these are the trend that promote the vending machine industry further. Of course, number three will be sustainability. There are a lot of increased demand for reverse vending machine. And reverse vending machine I'll cover in the last slide of this video. So with all this demand, there must be ready 24 hours machine on the standby to allow people to recycle the waste plastic product or waste metal cans. And all these setup need to be on a 24 basis. And the reverse vending machine or overall the vending machine is the best outlet for this kind of operation. This is also one of the factors that propel the global growth in the vending machine industry. Now, the next slide, actually, I produced some of the major products that are being sold through this vending machine globally. I think a lot of you all are very familiar because you have seen so many of them displayed at the supermarket. Of course, you can see beverages is happen everywhere. You can see them in airport, canteen, factories, and all the major outlets. You can also see machine selling snacks. You also can see upcoming trend that machine selling fresh and hot meals. Like in Singapore, you can see quite a lot. In China, likewise. Of course, traditionally, toys and gift are one of the key products sold through this vending machine. And now more and more so will be the essential item, household item, grocery item, etc. Now, as mentioned, there are many research report to give you all the revenue forecast or the future forecast. Now, in this one, I actually capture one of the report. I summarize the finding in this chart. You can see that they forecast that for the year 2026, the global vending machine will reach 25 billion US dollar, and the cumulative growth rate is 7.8%. So this is one report. Of course, previously I mentioned another report. The forecast is about 24 billion. So this one is 25 billion. And this one, the growth rate is 7.8% compared to the other one, which is slightly less than 6%. So there are different kind of analysis, but again, almost all the report point to healthy growth, healthy increase in the market value, and also the the level of receptiveness among consumer towards the vending machine. Now, the next slide, I produced the top 3 countries involved in this global vending machine industry. And you can see rank number 1 is USA. They forecast to be about 24 billion by the year 2026. This is from one of the more optimistic report. Currently in 2025, there are about 23 billion US dollar. That is the total market value. China ranked number 2, still a long way to catch up, but it's up and coming. You can see that the forecast number for 2026 is about 5.3 billion US, and the third place will be Japan. Surprisingly, because I'm quite sure a lot of you all go to Japan quite often, you see a lot of vending machine. Yes, the penetration rate for vending machine in Japan is very high, but in terms of the size of the population, size of the market, size of the consumer market as a whole, basically US and China still rank above Japan, and also because US and China, the country is more is much bigger, so you don't really see a lot of clustering of all these vending machine as compared to Tokyo, which is all packed in the major city. The next slide, I've done a lot of research, and then I capture all the top 10 global players and which country do they come from. So here I actually produce another beautiful chart. You can see all the top 10 player here. For the benefit of timing, I won't go through them one by one. If you can see, Japan, there are three players. China, there's one. USA, there are also 3 players, and there are also players from Spain, player from Switzerland, and from Italy. So these are the top main player in the global vending machine. To put all these top player under the microscope, so I actually narrow down to some of the top listed global player in the month of May 2026. So again, I produce a very informative graphic here for you all to see. Now, Fuji Electric is ranked number 1 right now. Their sales, the revenue is about 10.5 billion, but of course they sell many other things as well, not only the vending machine. Number 2 is Glory. Glory is about 1.6 billion US. So this first 2 companies are listed in Japan Stock Exchange. And then you have a Nasdaq company and also another listed company on the 4th place. But again, in addition to the vending machine, they also do some other things. So, but majority of their business model is in vending machine production or in the operating or management of vending machine. Now, I think it is very important to give you an overall picture about the global environment, how many players are there. So including listed and non-listed company, I've done the research. So globally, there are between 150 to 200. Sorry, it's only for the listed company. So globally, if you look through all the stock exchange in the world and you search company that involve mainly in the vending machine or the supply chain involving vending machine, globally there are between 150 to 200 listed company involved in this. So they are, I actually group them into a few categories. So they're pure manufacturer, they only manufacture those machine, and they are also integrated tech player. They do both. They manage it, they produce it, and they also do the backroom support. And they are also company that at the retail end of the industry of the value chain, which they focus on getting the machine and then start to sell products such as those that I mentioned above, such as toys, gift, fresh meal, hot meal, and other products. Now, I have talked about all the product, the history, who are the player, the market size, and what kind of business model they are in, whether they are pure or whether they are just machine manufacturer or they are integrated player. So again, this next slide, I just want to roughly break down the kind of machine, the kind of vending machine that is being used in the industry. So of course, there are 5 categories here. Again, it's not defined by the product inside, it's very much by the niche or by the functionality of this machine. So you can see one will be the ambience one, that means very quiet and just wait for you to come and consume those items inside. The other one will be refrigerated. This will be the higher end side. You need a high capex, you need electricity to maintain it. And the other one, more advanced one, will be the hot meal, because you have to make sure that the hygiene factors and all this. Specialty one, like the niche retailer, you need to worry about security, why people, to make sure that nobody can just break through the window and take away the product. Of course, they are a lower end and or on a bulk market basis cater to all kind of a fun and entertaining products such as such as those are capsule machine. These are also included as part of the vending machine industry globally. Now, in terms of business approach, if you want to enter this vending machine industry, then you have to understand the different culture in different country. So at least you know that what are the in thing for the consumer there. So what are the things that people will buy from the vending machine. So to understand the culture is very important to position your company regarding what type of machine you should install, what type of product you should sell through all these vending machine. Now, I have broken down some analysis of 4 countries. For example, Japan. Japan offer a wide variety, and the density of all these machines is very high. As you can see, if you go to Japan, any of the major city for tour, you can see all kind of machine really cluster at everywhere, supermarket, the train station, even along the street. So this is the culture in Japan. So they adopt a very cluster strategy, and they offer a lot of variety. But for USA, because of the big terrain, they actually go through the machine to offer volume and convenience, to sell the concept of volume and convenience. So people go to this machine because of convenience, because it's not being manned by human being. It's open 24 hours, and you can also buy bulk volume from all this machine if required. Now, if you come to Europe, they are more niche, they are more traditional, they are more upmarket. They actually sell those are traditional food item and all this. So again, their standard is a little bit unique. So if you want to look at the European market, so these are the things that you have to look out for. For Singapore, the last country that I actually highlighted here, it's a small country, so you can see that all kind of mixed strategy has been used in this country. So it's very much a hybrid kind of deployment strategy. So you can read through the chart, and I think I will not go further into this, but I just want to highlight that different countries have different culture differences. So when you position your vending machine, you have to be more sensitive towards the consumption pattern and the way the consumer prefer the way of spending to be arranged or structured or being presented to them. Now, I'm quite sure people will ask me, so you have talked so much about all these product, the category of the machine and all these things. So which are the best seller? Which are the best selling kind of product through this vending machine? So actually, I put down there after reviewing all the data available. I put down here number one, in terms of volume, of course, will be those beverages, water, soft drink, including orange juice, all kind of beverages product. But in terms of margin wise, I think it should be the toys and gift, because this one the machine is very low maintenance and the product inside is not perishable, so it's easy to maintain. So in terms of margin, it belongs to toys and the gift. How about the growth? Which one actually growth the fastest? It will be belong to the hot meal side. But again, this kind of machine need a lot of capex, a lot of hygiene standard to follow, also for food safety and all this thing. But again, the capex is high, but again, for the growth rate, this offering hot meal machine is now enjoying the fastest growth in the vending machine. Now, to give more depth to my video, so at least you all can benefit even more, I produced another slide to show you a matrix regarding the sales volume, the profit margin, operating effort, and best location, compared to those 3 items that I mentioned in the previous slide, which are the top 3 selling items. Number 1, beverages. Number 2, hot meal. Number 3, toys and gifts. So from this matrix, from this slide, which is beautifully presented, you can see that the area that you're supposed to put your vending machine, the operating effort, which one is the lowest, which one is the highest, and also the profit margin, whether which one is best for your business strategy. Again, from here, you can actually derive all the information from this slide. And for the sake of the length of this video, I won't go through them detail. You can read through this slide, which is very informative. Now, for people who are keen to enter into this industry, basically there are 3 models involved. I think this one is quite straightforward. The number 1, it will be the directly owned. This one is a full service model. You get investor, or you put in your own money, you set up the whole thing yourself. This is called the direct own model. This one require huge amount of investment. Of course, there are another one called the franchise or owner operator models, whereby you can actually rent a machine from this sort of vending machine manufacturer or operator, and then you operate a few of these machines, put in your own products, and run it on a smaller scales basis. And on the third model is called the vending as a service. This is really a hybrid model, because this one, for example, some of the shop or or company, they have their own products, but they wanted to have a new way to sell the product or to make sure that the product is available around the clock. So they actually order vending machine or custom-made vending machine that suit their branding, and then they operate this machine at certain specific area and location to prolong or to enhance their branding image, and also to allow 24 hours accessibility to their product. So this is a hybrid model. Now, in terms of CapEx and operating expenditure, so I actually put down here, I focus on the CapEx first. The next slide, I will talk about the operating expenses. Now, just for a general discussion, I use some two extreme. Now, if for the frozen meal kind of a machine, this is the highest capex. So one-time payout, you have to prepare about US dollar 15,000 to 25,000 because of the special machine, vending machine required, the installation, the cooling system. All these are very costly kind of equipment. So if you want to go for this kind of a vending machine industry, then you must be ready to commit initial capex per machine of one time of about 15,000 to 25,000 US. But if you focus at the lower end, low maintenance kind of machine, for example, the toy, the gift, whereby the item inside are not perishable. So the capex per machine, because the machine is also simpler, will be much lower. So per machine, maybe one time is around 2,000 US. This number, it comes from all the analysis that I read through many of the reports offered by all the listed companies. So these are an average number. Now, this slide is very much a continuation of the previous slide, and also a gap between the next slide, which I will talk more on the operating expenses requirement for vending machine for different kind of products. So again, this one is just a recap. Now, regarding the ROI strategy, you have to look at the frozen meal and the toy dispenser, which I used it for example in the previous slide. So some of the consideration here will be like, massive overhead and no overhead and all these things. So all these will be the factor that is linked to the operating expenses of all these vending machine, which will impact the return or the payback period of your investment. Now, because it's quite difficult to put a value to all these operating expenses, be, in a very detailed basis, because different country have different operating costs or standard of living. So again, it's quite unrealistic for me to do a scenario or assumption or a scenario to give you some numbers. But I actually wanted to list out the key item that you should watch out for when you operate a vending machine. So for example, I've talked about CAPEX, so I won't mention it again this slide. So the daily electricity, I use Singapore as an example. So for example, the daily electricity is your running cost. You incur every day regardless whether you're at a business or not. A restocking frequency. So if I put down here frozen meal and a toy and a gift. So for the frozen meal, you have to restock it every 1 to 2 days because of the nature of the product. The logistic cost to bring this product to the machine, for frozen meal is higher, and for the toy is lower. You can use a simple truck to bring it there. Maintenance wise, for this kind of vending machine for frozen food require complex maintenance because of the cooling mechanism, or the kind of a freezer and all these things, as compared to the simple machine for the toy and gift dispenser. Now again, the rest you can read through yourself. I won't go through. I just want to give just to give a summary about what kind of operating expenses you would incur. So if you are operating in different country, you just simply use this item here, and then to find out the daily cost, and that you can calculate what is your variable cost per day of operating one single vending machine, depending on what kind of product that you are selling to your end consumer. Okay, so right now I've talked almost everything about the global vending machine industry, the trend, the history, who are the player, which country are the main players, and the reason why it's booming in this industry, and what are the product that is on sale, what kind of product carry the highest margin, and what kind of product has the highest growth. Now let's narrow down to the case of Singapore. Again, I put down here very informative slide. You can see I put down here the top players in Singapore. There are quite a few. I list down two. And the last 5-year trend in Singapore, the fresh food dominant, the government support, cashless system, which I mentioned before. This is one of the factors that propel the usage of vending machine. And certain niche market evolving of the niche market and also propel the vending machine. So this is some overview using Singapore as example. The next slide, you can see the style is a bit different because I think the next slide I purposely make it in such a style that is different from the rest of the slide, because this is regarding the market or the regulatory framework regarding the licenses and compliance before you can enter into Singapore. So for those people who are keen to enter Singapore vending machine industry, so these are some of the things you should look out for. It's quite detailed. For this slide, I won't go through them in detail. You can actually pause the video and read through yourself carefully. Now, maybe let's zoom into one of the vending machine operator, which I'm quite sure recently you have seen it quite often all over Singapore, which is the orange juice vending machine. This machine is operated by this company called the iJuice. They call Fruits Vending Private Limited. You can see all over the place. You can see at Expo, uh, some of the major shopping center and all this. So again, I will zoom in on this company based on public information and then do some analysis based on this company, the kind of product they're selling, just to give you a feel about what kind of operating challenges, what kind of market potential you are facing if you wanted to enter into the vending market industry. So this is a very good example. Now, this company is founded in 2016. Right now, they have about 1,000 machines in Singapore. They have another 3,000 in overseas in 30 countries. For financial 2024, from record from Accra, they have about a revenue of close to 65 million Sing. And as you can see, the net profit is very high at 25 million. This is in line with the vending machine because you actually do away with a lot of human costs, retail shop costs, rental costs. So that's the reason why it's only expected to see that if the machine is properly operated, if the products are well sought after by consumer, the margin should be quite healthy. Now, on the right side of the slide, I actually do a cost to break even payback analysis. Like you see the machine cost, because this is a special machine, you need to squeeze the orange juice and all this. The capex is 21,000 Sing dollar. Selling price, I checked the machine is about 2 per cup. And the variable cost, 85 cents per cup. This one I will highlight in the next slide. This include all the rental, the straw, the transport costs and all this, and the monthly fixed cost, for example, the rental and all this. So again, this one is quite straightforward. I just want to list down all this and then give you an example regarding the break-even point and also the payback period for a typical company operating in Singapore in the vending machine industry. Now, another informative slide coming. So again, I just zoom in on the numbers in the lower bottom left. To break even per machine, they have to sell 35 cups of orange juice per day. So every cup is $2. So they have to do about 35 cup per day per machine to break even. And the payback period, if you look at all this number that I've calculated, is about 17.3 months per machine. Now, on the viability or the sensitivity analysis, so on the best case, is about 12 to 18 months payback. On the moderate case, meaning about 50 cups per day, is about 24 to 30 months payback. So what is the main risk in this industry is the price of the fresh orange prices. Now, if there's any 10% increase in the orange prices, then the payback period will be lengthened by 3 to 4 months. So this is a sensitivity analysis. The rest of the cost, like the machine cost, is quite steady, but the only huge variable cost will be the cost of fresh oranges. So any 10% increase will prolong the payback period by 3 to 4 months, unless they adjust the retail price of the orange juice per cup, which I assume that they do not adjust it. They still stay at $2 per cup. Now, profit margin wise is quite profitable. So because the machine by itself do away with a lot of human costs and huge retail space for the to showcase the product. So this is just a brief analysis. Again, just take this as a rough estimate. It might not be 100% accurate. This is just analysis that are based on available data, and this is the best, I think, to use it as a benchmark to evaluate the business opportunity or the business potential of running a vending machine company in Singapore. Okay, now we have talked almost half an hour regarding this global vending machine industry. Now, coming to the last slide, to conclude, I just want to point to you some of the up and coming trend. I think the most promising or the most exciting trend will be called the reverse vending machine. This is something new, new asset classes. Again, you can see that globally the reverse vending machine is up and coming, and this is also because of the need to protect the environment, sustainability issue. A lot of company is trying to do all this. So likewise, in Singapore, the same. So again, because of all this trend, the future growth or one of the very good machine in the vending machine industry will be the reverse vending machine. Now, again, I have put down some information in this slide. For the benefit of timing, I won't go through them in detail. You can pause the video and read through. I put down there some of the uh, analysis between traditional and the reverse vending machine. So again, there's some niche or there's some special requirement for the reverse vending machine, because like when people put in something, you have to disperse cash and all this. So the technology or the analysis will be slightly different. But for the completion of this video, I just want to mention that reverse vending machine is another up and coming segment within the global vending machine industry. Okay, in the last almost 30 minutes, I tried to squeeze in as much information as possible, but a lot of the information are very clearly stated in my slide. So I hope my viewer can actually pause the video and read through them slowly one by one. I do not want to repeat them orally. So thank you for watching my video. I hope my video served the purpose of providing useful information to you. Please be my subscriber, forward my video to your friend so that they can also benefit from this video. And again, I will put in more effort to do good video, and see you next video. Bye bye.